Welcome on my journey to reach every single black border. Today we're going to tackle one of the few remaining intermediate maps, Crap. Not only that, but I attempted the impossible for me. A new Paragon in CHIMPS mode. It didn't go according to plan. But hey, at least it was a fun ride. I start with Tack into Sniper because Tack is just too inconsistent to be a starter alone. Sniper being a tower that easily takes care of Bloons remaining and having potential with the top path into the super late game is the clear-cut choice. Quite honestly, I thought that round post 100 in Freeplay will be a bit of a freebie. Is it the case? Wait and find out. There is something inside me that every time I see Cracked, I think Tack. I mean, just look at this map. By the same token, Wizard Wall of Fire, the tracks are so close that the overlap will be great. So Gwen it is. And if it's Gwen, you might as well think about Mortar, right? Despite my utter failure, my train of thought was with the Tack Paragon in mind. So I kind of gave up on village camo detection early on, with rounds 24 camo green incoming. I thought only two things. First, subscribe and help me reach that 1000 milestone. And second, Giga Chat advance play with Gwen's ability. I like how in my mind a play that solely requires you not forgetting to use an ability is already considered advanced. But let's be real, I'm not the only one who forgets, right? With just Gwen's ability to fight camos, I'm going to have miserable future. There's a 99% chance that I'll forget to use it, so decamo on Mortar, and for its inconsistency's sake, Wizard camo detection it is. Tack family gathering together, with the one most to the left becoming a hot topic. Come on, it's funny. I opened the Tack shooter menu and noticed a new Paragon, unlockable for 500,000 XP, and immediately I thought, it's so cool, I got to press a button. Then immediately I realized, oh no, it is not cool. It's not cool. It's only cool when you already have some XP. I remember when they added Mare Monkey, and oh boy, it was a pain to unlock. I was sitting there thinking, why can't I just buy and play my tier 5 monkey? Oh no. You have to grind mindlessly for a couple of games before the fun kicks in. Fast forward to Moab, I wasn't exactly sure how much was enough with the current setup, so a Tack Zone on a budget and a Bladestorm starting pack I got, which was exactly what was needed to get through 40. Since we have Gwen, I want Dragon's Breath. Here's the deal about Gwen. Ring of Fire, Signal Flare and Dragon's Breath get stronger with her levels. Of course, there's a huge possibility that getting one or two might be the optimal stuff, but it isn't more fun, so keep that in mind. I was puzzled nevertheless because I wanted Shimmer on top of Signal Flare to make sure everything is decamoed, and so I settled for adding another wizard later on top of this one. I just can't ignore Dragon's Breath. It's Gwen buffs. It's part of the strat. I'm strategic master of war. For the love of God, don't judge me. And by adding Shimmer later on, I mean of course now. There's a bit of uncertainty moving forward. The meaningful tier 5 upgrades I wish to have are expensive. I'm looking at you, Inferno ring. So the next rounds, let's call them power rounds, are going to be 60 and 63. To deal with those, money has to be spent. So Phoenix and Maelstrom abilities it is. Having a panic button is great, but even with that increase in power, I'm not too comfortable in saving 50k for Inferno. And since my plan was Tack Paragon later on, I figured Tack Zone and saving money time it is. There's a heart-stopping crash. We ain't gonna bad. Phoenix up in the sky. BFB's gonna die. Bloon Rush tries to get by. Maelstrom saying hi. I guess second round. Blades will make you cry. It's round AT. ZOMG. Abilities. First layer gone with ease. They spread like a bees. Final snipe with ease. Red hell comes upon. Thanks to Phoenix, they're gone. Fortified, that's okay. For more pops, I got cash. And Inferno from hell. Now, I am somewhat comfortable, quite honestly. I have no idea how effective the Inferno ring is in the 90s. Like, I understand it's strong, but I don't know if it can carry on its own. Of course, DDTs are the problem. To be fair, a 0-4-2 wizard is here for help. But after all, there's a part of me that leans towards I am fine through the 90s, but I am thinking about Freeplay later on. Yes. At this point, my scattered dreams of Paragon and CHIMPS were still alive. In theory, I knew that if a Paragon is in some sense possible, it's a long game. So any help versus Purple Friend has to be there. What comes to mind immediately is Mob Cripple, Embrittlement, Middle Glue, Middle Ninja, and a super high damage dealer like Middle Spike with Abyss Dweller and Alk buff. But not everything at once. And my first go-to is Glue. Extra damage and practical MIB skip. I can't explain in detail what an MIB skip is, but I can explain it like I'm talking to to a 5-year-old. DDTs are on the map, you click super glue ability, and all of a sudden your towers can damage them. If I got it wrong and you basically understand the details of it, feel free to explain it in the comments. Oh boy, these DDTs got througher than I'd like them to. For round 93, abilities will be enough, and regardless, Glue Storm is here, so I feel I'm fine. With Purple Friend in mind, I started to invest into top buff sniper. I spam my abilities on 94 because the start of 95 is a mix of camo purple and LEDs. If you can take care of those, it's a long rush, and that for a practical reason can be called a reload for your abilities. Now that I've explained Glue Storm poorly, let's look at the practicality of it. I think it speaks for itself. If that wasn't enough, I still could use Phoenix. The most unpredictable. The one we all sleep on, occasionally. The one that you think you've got, only for it to just pass you by, is here. 98. It's scary because I want abilities for 99, so I'm hesitant to use them. Maelstrom start for sure, the cooldown is very short, follow up with Barrel, and at that point I realized that for 99 I'll just need Phoenix and Glue. It didn't look great, but again, the middle path tack has a really short cooldown, so back at it again. And we did it. I should have enough money for Cripple Moab at 100, Glue and Phoenix, although I'm not sure that was necessary, but regardless, all calculated, according to the goddamn plan. Look at that! What is that? You can't make this up. What is this? 300 off? It's literally a cross buff in something. In hindsight, I still don't know what I would have given up for it. Let me use this, that, and voila! Look at that! Glue Gunner, and we're using Glue Gunner. Beautiful. Another black border, but that was easy part. Let's go into the Freeplay and see how much can I push into it. This is where it's supposed to be downhill from here. But I didn't know the true nature of Freeplay. I hadn't yet grasped what it means to play post 100 without extra income, and Freeplay verified me very quickly. Shortly, by the strength of the Bloons, I was easily persuaded into getting a village with jungle drums, and MIB for comfort's sakes. Yes, Glue Gunner works, but it's good for the 90s. Post 100, Bloons are slowly getting more HP and speed with each round. They are fast, like Zigzag McQueen kind of fast, eventually. I believe that fortified balloons have about 2 times the XP, future me. HP. Double HP, not XP, you dumbass. And defortifying is gaining extra value, so shattering shells it is. The biggest balloon it defortifies, I believe is BFB, but still it literally hits for half of the HP of that mob. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. So soon I died, but I also realized that I can still restart the last round during Freeplay. I thought that wasn't the case. At any rate, let's try again without letting the doubting idea that 200k for a Paragon is unattainable creep into my mind. I've got a stable concoction with a larger potion, I think it deals a lot of damage for money spent, and just barely lost. So Concoction and one trio druid for ceramics did that, and the practicality of our gameplay was some free rounds, some with restarts and better timing of abilities with Mortar Micro. I got Super Maelstrom and unlocked a new Paragon. At this point I was starting to slowly accept that this thing is just not happening. But I still lived the dream, that with decent setup it would carry me. I could in some sense imagine how with a bit of luck it could carry me into 50,000, but all the way to 200,000 it's not going to happen. But regardless, I continue, I got Fortified Alchemist for help, and I slowly realized that Gwendolyn is a good hero for 100, but for Freeplay, you want something that can be abused, and I started dreaming of Zilly. Then I realized she's bugged at the moment, so I got a little bit of relief thinking I didn't choose her. Every time I managed to save a little bit of money, I was in position where I needed to spend it to survive. I got the bottom path ice and at this point realized that Paragon Tack in CHIMPS was just a newbie dream. My back and forward continued until I got to my new archnemesis, the Fortified Purple Friend, also known as Purple Friend with a code. I didn't yet grasp the level of difficulty this enemy presented. Not thinking too much of it, on our first round I just used my abilities and failed. The next big anti-purple friend support is Grand Sabotage. It deals percentage damage based off maximum bloon health, so in my mind it was literally the biggest punch I could think of. It looked good. Better. But after a few seconds I realized, not that much better. With the remaining money I tried to show down a mob Shredder Spike. But I was just few dollars off. As I was wondering if we could pop it open, it happened. But still, As the end of the track approached, it was just too much. However, I had hope. It looked like there might be a way. I hoped that maybe with different timing or slight adjustment, like an extra alk instead, I could get through it. So I tried again. And again. I tried multiple middle spikes. To no avail. I microed. It failed again. Not enough money for sabotage and embrittlement hit me hard. As my heart was hurt, at times you have to fail if you came unprepared. Yo, thank you for watching. Another black border into the collection. If failure is a little bit of disappointment as an ending, why don't you check out my Polyphemus map, where the back and forth was like nothing I had before. But the closure, oh well, see it for yourself. Bye bye.